E aí galera, beleza? Aqui é o Daut no Daut jogando. Hoje em mais um aqui, quarta, é dia de índio no canal. Onde toda quarta-feira que eu vou estar experimentando jogos indies. E eu tô com uma listinha aí de jogos brasileiros que tá vindo aí nas próximas gameplays de quarta-feira. Hoje vamos jogar aqui Season, uma carta para o futuro. O jogo saiu aí, foi até anunciado ali no State of Play. Mas saiu aqui na versãozinha de PC que fica a dica que é quase metade do valor. Então bora jogar aqui, bora ver como é que tá esse jogo, que parece estar bem bonito. Assim como todos os jogos indie sempre são, né não? Então, curta, compartilhe, se inscreva no canal que eu tô passando aí embaixo aí minhas redes sociais, que é DAUDTJOGANDO. E também na descrição tem Antes do Play, que é um canal dedicado ali a retro games. Acho que vocês vão curtir bastante do conteúdo por lá, beleza? Então bora aqui pro conteúdo, bora aqui pro vídeo. Eu costumo tirar minha câmera pra gente focar aqui na gameplay, beleza? Então bora. Lembre-se de compartilhar com os amigos, bora subir aqui pra 1000 inscritos, beleza? Então bora pra gameplay. Tô aqui jogando no PC, com o controlezinho do Xbox. Cadê a... E aqui. O PC tem uma plaquinha simples aqui, 1650. Galera, essas molduras em volta faz parte aí, tá? Do jogo.
Who are you? I don't know, but I'm writing to you anyway. Where are you? How far in the future? Where'd you find my journal? I may never know, but you can know me from what I put down on these pages. I come from a little village in the mountains. No one has left here since before I was born. But our lives changed overnight. Just a few days ago when my best friend had a prophetic dream. A vision that the elder said means this season is going to end soon. The world is about to enter a new era. A great change is coming. Everyone was afraid. I was surrounded by questions and I began to feel how little I know. What is this season that is about to end? And why is it ending? What exactly is out there that could turn the world inside out? If there are still voices singing and laughing in the wilderness, I could record them before they're gone. I also thought of my dad, who always wanted to see the outside world but never did. So, I asked if I could leave. The elder had one condition for letting me go. That I take what I collect to the museum vault, a palace of art and memory at the edge of the earth. She says it's the only place safe from the turmoil of a changing season. I hope that's where you're reading this now. I can't stop the change that is coming, but this time on Earth could live on in these pages. What it looks like, sounds like, how it feels to be alive right now. I'm writing to you at the crack of dawn, on the morning I leave home. I can smell breakfast cooking in the other room, and I can hear my mom's voice.
Profundo, né? Jogos indie tem disso, né, mano? Ele é muito sempre profundo, né? Os anteriores. Ó, o jogo tá bonito, mano. Lembrando que eu tô jogando uma 1650, hein, galera? Então, tá rodando de boa aqui no monitor wide. Mas lembrando que o jogo tem essa escolha, né, desse corte. Essa resolução, né, Ler. E por cima.
3, 2, 1. Hooray! Mr. Lotto's here.
Ó, vozinha cansada do urso.
My bag and Dad's camera, ready for the great departure.
Boa. Animal de cerâmica. Opa, tem uma parada aqui. Eu espero que ele te deixe mais feliz do que pescar um peixe. Medalha. Festival de compra de viajante. Origami. Feito pelo peito. Casca de inseto. Notas antigas. Coruja alça o voo sobre prosperidade. Vale 10 poemas. Deixa eu sair, mas tinha alguma coisa ali. Bom dia, mãe. Não vamos ser um estranho que fica observando.
You're up.
Sim.
It's gonna be a beautiful morning.
Sim.
I'm making progress. I found the burner, camera, recorder. Breakfast is in progress. Still gotta make a pendant. We haven't used this in so long. Good thing I saved the instructions. Just as you would use a shield to protect your body, an identity pendant protects your mind, your thoughts, memories, everything that makes you, you. We don't wear them here in the village anymore. But if you're going into the outside world, I'll feel better when you've got a pendant shielding you.
Legal.
I will worry until you're gone, and then I'll have total confidence in you. In times of war, a pendant can be used to identify a body.
Caraca.
Let's skip that part. Objects have two layers, the physical and the mental. The pendant needs to absorb both. 1. Collect a sentimental object for each sense: sound, smell, feel, sight, taste. 2. Feel the sense and speak aloud a memory of the object. 3. Feed the object into the burner. The memory will leave the speaker as it is transferred to the pendant. That means I'll forget the memory after I say it. It's supposed to be painless, at least. Okay, so
Entendi nada. Mas beleza.
this old tape should work for our sense of sound. I remember. You and I fell asleep listening to this tape. Your dad came home. We all rested together until it got dark. What an odd feeling. Like an absence, disappearing. The empty space fills itself back in until I forget that I'm
Caraca.
glad I'm only losing a few memories. If I lost too many, I wouldn't even know who you are. You should pick the rest of the objects. I'll lose the memories, but you'll have them independent forever. So they should be important to you. They should be parts of your identity you want to be sure to protect. So think about what these items and what the memories would preserve about you. Let's do smell next. Find an object with a strong odor and that holds a piece of you.
Caraca. Pimenta. Rosa. Uma vela.
Honey, wax, baby, waves. I was loved by people I have no memory of. Granite, seaside, darkness. This speaks to how my mom loves me.
Esse é forte também, mas acho que ainda não. Por isso aquilo ali é uma pimenta, é um tempero. Olhar.
Nothing. I used to see souls everywhere.
Gengibre não faz sentido. E a rosa? Uma bala, folhas secas, doce. Só flores secas.
Ancient, perfume, sweet. Nothing is ever lost.
What did you choose for smell? Let's breathe in deep. Your dad used to bring these flowers home from his climbs. They only grow high up in the mountains. He was a great climber. He even found us a new source of water. I hoped after he would climb less, maybe even retire. But he always wanted to explore. And the only direction to go, well, maybe the elder is letting you leave out of guilt for what happened to your dad. If someone has the energy to leave, it needs to go somewhere. He fell into the Fitz ravine. We never found his body. But doesn't he rest with us at night? Doesn't he appear in our dreams? How can such a human being depart this earth without leaving behind a trace? A trace as strong as the flowers would still have their scent. Darling, I don't want to lose this one. I can't lose this one. Can we put the flowers back, please? Yes, you're right.
Pesado, né, mano?
Now touch.
Triste também.
Pick something with a texture you like.
Cool, scratchy, palm grains. A friend gave me this a long time ago.
So what did you end up choosing? Okay, feel the surface. The cool stone. I remember. This was in the months after your father passed. You didn't seem sad. but you just weren't interested in anything. It was hard to know what to do. One day, you and your friend Pate went fishing. You didn't catch anything, of course, but when I was putting away your bucket, we found this creature there. Pate had dropped it in without you noticing. I remember how it made you smile, and I felt, oh, no matter how much things have changed, I will get to see my little girl smile again. I'm fine.
Tá tudo fine mesmo?
Sight next. Pick something that looks nice.
Que agradável. A foto.
Mom and Dad before I was born. I was born in the glow of my parents' love.
So, what did you end up choosing? I remember. This was the night I told your dad I was pregnant with you. There was a party in the plaza. I didn't have anything to drink, just water. He didn't wonder why. At the end of the night, I told him I was pregnant. And he was so happy, he threw up. For taste, we can eat breakfast and feed some to the burner. The memory I'll lose is the one we're forming right now. I want you to have it forever. Standing here, you're having a last taste of home. Now you're protected by lost memories. A gem of home around your neck. This is my only condition for letting you go. You must promise me never to take the pendant off. And never tamper with it. Okay?
Legal, também quero um pingente desse.
And I'm okay with you leaving. I think your camera and bag are still in your room. It's time to gather them up.
Bora. Estilosa a blusa dela, né? Muito louco.
I've lost so... How could the world ask me to lose you too? Look at us. There we are. There we were. We'll always be right here on this beautiful morning.
Começo profundo, hein, mano? Caramba. Eita, saímos na rua. Sobre diário.
I just performed a ritual with my mom. The moment has passed, but I'll record it in these pages for you, for the future. I never knew when my mom would share a memory of Dad, while cooking, on a walk, with no warning. It knocked the wind out of me. Rituals take this grief and give it a shape and a story. Filling in this journal is a ritual too, but for a loss that hasn't hit us yet.
Tá bom, né? Os mais podem ficar. Podem dar forma e significado às dúvidas. Boa.
I've brought tools to record the sights and sounds of this season. I'll start by recording the only place I've ever known.
Que legal, mano. Bom, não dá pra correr por enquanto.
Public sleep music is a tradition of ours here. When the music ends, the village will begin to wake up.
Interessante.
We have plenty of fresh water here. I wonder if it's more scarce in the outside world. Last night, my friends wrote down their hopes for my trip and tied them to the branches of this tree.
Caraca, eu vou perder horas aqui tirando foto de tudo.
Last night, there was a goodbye party here in the plaza. Everyone was so afraid for me. To understand that fear, to understand where I grew up, you have to know the man standing watch over the plaza. Dr. Fumio.
Ah.
A wish fell off the tree. I'm not supposed to read them, but it might be good for you to have an example of one. I can go against tradition a little for posterity. We learn to grow cures for maladies from the outside world, even though they seem to be long gone. It's just tradition. Pate loves fish, even though nobody here has ever seen one.
Tem muito o que tem que fazer, mas...
Smells like an old man's toes dipped in cinnamon. I had to drink this gross potion last night. Like my pendant, it's supposed to protect my brain.
Coisa estranha.
This is a healing instrument created by Dr. Fumio. It draws on the pure mountain air. Dr. Fumio and his son founded Cairo back in 776. They live on through our traditions.
Aqui, ó.
There are 3 murals celebrating Dr. Fumio's work. This is Dr. Fumio and his son. The statue isn't as old as it looks. The artist wore it down to give it a feeling of ancientness and the authority that comes with it. Remembering everything must be painful. Dr. Fumio brought peace to so many people here.
Vou lá mais 2. Tem algo lá em cima que eu não vi, será?
I wish I could tell you more about this poster, but I never thought to ask what it means. Now we'll both never know what it means. Oh well. The elder sought out Dr. Fumio to cure her mother, who was suffering from time misperception.
Falta mais um. Pode estar ali do outro lado. Achei.
Dr. Fumio said the dream sickness was caused by something very powerful. He wasn't able to cure it. Dr. Fumio was an important person, but we also just have a need to put a human face on events that are beyond our control. He may have felt just as scared and helpless as everyone else.
Bacana. Escolhi meio errado ali.
Pate's little daydream of leaving this place, of seeing something weird. Carroll Village is nice if you're a child or an old person. But for those of us in between, I need to leave. This is the cafe where my dad used to read his poems. He wrote one for me. Maybe he wrote it for you too.
Descer a escada ali e ver.
I go fishing here with my best friend Pate, even though there's nothing to catch. We both appreciate the silence. Carroll Village was founded during the modernity. Much later, Dr. Fumio arrived and remade it in his image.
Isso precisa colocar? Tô colocando.
A village that was created as a place to heal. Is that where my instinct to try to help comes from? It's so strange to imagine I'll be shaped by places and people I haven't met yet. So strange to imagine that I might feel at home somewhere else.
Legal. Devia ter tirado uma foto lá, né? Tá bom. Caraca, ficou mó grande. Tá bom já, né? O burro.
I've always wondered what's on the other side of this gate. Today, I'll find out.
Deve ser mais alguma coisa aqui. É tipo um mangazinho, então, pro outro lado. Sei lá.
This flower means you're in my thoughts. The morning after the search was called off for Dad, our doorstep was covered in them.
Da hora.
A trip just as slow, reliable, and oddly satisfying as life itself in this little village.
Da hora.
Is it recording?
Yes.
Okay. How to leave home for my daughter. Find a sacred square of earth. Lay down so you have the dirt at your back.
Bonito, ó.
Close your eyes. Close everything. Do you see for yourself? You see for the dead, for the unborn. Do you listen for yourself? You listen for the dead, for the unborn. Your ancestors are in that dirt. All the living and all the dead are holding you up. Now stand. They're still there, aren't they? It's time to move, to entangle yourself everywhere with everyone. So the next time you lay down in the dirt, you will have so much more to tell them.
Caraca, a narração é muito boa. Aqui uma reflexão. O passado dela ficou pra trás. No escuro. O futuro dela está sendo iluminado. Está sendo convidativo. Pegou? É, bicho. As bikes, mano. Antes de ir ali, deixa eu dar uma olhada aqui.
Carta fixed up 3 bikes instead of 1.
É, acho que eu vou na amarela. Sensação boa, hein? Vontade de pegar uma bike. Olha que da hora. Uma carta para o futuro. Oh. Caraca, eu deveria ter tirado uma foto lá de cima, né? Caminho para sair de Cairo. Pro. Puta. Saída de Cairo.
can see in these letters that the outside world has extremes of beauty and tragedy beyond anything I've known.
Abrir a carta. Vamos nessa. Saudações daily. Teria sorte. Tá.
They were right. The letter never made it. The season before this one, the war, seems so horrible.
Gravei o som ali da parada, né?
That poor baby.
Várias cartas que chega pra galera.
Before setting up in Cairo village, Dr. Fumio roamed the land curing people. It must have been hard when he wasn't around anymore, especially for people who couldn't travel to the village. Traders used to come to the outskirts of the village. The war put an end to this.
Aham. Olha. Não, burro. Olha aí. Caminho para sair de Cairo. Vou tirar a foto ali do treco. Vou mostrar que aquilo ali é o barulho disso.
Most of what I've seen from the outside world probably arrived in a cart like this. I feel nourished in these sights by the unfamiliarity of it all. These means of connection
Deixei uma vazio o meio.
are certainly telling me something about the world. Will they be used again in the next season?
Boa, vambora.
I heard that village was abandoned because of a mind disease. Not every community had someone like Dr. Futuro to perform cures.
Eita! Não, não dá pra sair da rota. Mas dá pra cair na água. Dá não.
I heard at some point the tides got less predictable. Places flooded that never had before.
Dá a volta?
I forgot what I was going to say. We learned about old technology in school, but not much about animals. What are these strange goat-like creatures? Are they simply goats?
Eu suspeito que sim. Tudo quebrado ali. Consigo fazer o ritmo.
I cycled through landscapes, seeing them for the first and last time. I had no idea when I left my home how the season would end, or more importantly, how soon. I had no idea how huge they are.
Não era pra ter
On
parado.
a cold, damp day,
Em um dia frio e úmido, conheço a verdadeira
loneliness
solidão.
for the first time. Nobody could have described with words how big this world is, how it goes and goes. I passed through
Gostei disso, né?
where others passed before me.
Essa ideia de ficar explorando.
This person wanted the season to change. Why? The blades turn, but I bet they don't generate any power. Probably just swirling the air around.
Caraca. Consigo passar com a bike aqui? Dá até um certo medo, não? Tá pra eu lá. Toda lista muda, todo filme está cortado dessa época.
They wanted the season to change because they were so alone. One melody is like me out here alone. I can't. I have a feeling they use these music boxes to fall asleep. Two voices is like me and my mom. We can survive. They kept themselves company with music. Three voices as complex as life is supposed to be. I could listen forever.
Bom, acho que eu consigo gravar as 3.
They used the walls like I use my journal.
Da bike.
Looks like they made it out of here. But what is this group?
Bom, vamos lá. Ah,
Time seems
eu
to
vou colocar
pass
mais.
differently around here. I feel so heavy and so light at the same time. I'm not really alone. I'm with myself. I'm with the earth. In the empty places, I found companionship in the tapes I recorded before leaving home. The elder told me the story of her life. I listened back to it, ready to note down anything that seemed important.
Let's set the scene for the listener. Whoever that might be. This is the elder speaking. We're sitting in the plaza, saying goodbye to a dear soul. We're here to see if there's anything useful in my mind that could help you on your trip. A century's worth of memories, dreams, fantasies, visions. Like a big, old, haunted library. When I die, this library will burn down. But which book should we check out first? I don't have all the answers, but I do feel the story of my life could help you understand what kind of world is out there. It's okay not to understand everything right away. The moment may pass before you've gotten a firm hold on it. But as long as you're there to witness it, to take it down in your journal, you and others to come will someday take the time to make sense of it all. I heard, somebody told me, you want to capture what it's like to be alive during this season? For the future? And you want to understand why and how the season is going to end. The season of my youth is long gone. But I can tell you what that season was like and what I know about how it ended. First, I got old. That's an important step. Being an elder is all about how you react to strange events. The key is not to be surprised, but kind of frown, look serious, and say something like, "It begins." Never say, "I don't know." Say, "We dive into a pool of uncertainty." I was born on the ocean. My mother and father worked on a cruise ship, the short-lived but glorious watery republics, floating cities. Most won their independence by the time I was born. How can I describe them? They were a jewel of the golden season. Pleasure boats with a radical political program. How nice. The golden age was a time of flags, logos, mottos, mastheads. My mom taught me to read them. She was the ship's philosopher. My dad was a recycling engineer. Recycling on the ship was a matter of life and death. We had to get the most out of every object and watt of energy.
Legal, mano.
My grandparents played with the past.
Opa.
They changed it like we change our wardrobe. So it was a different answer every time. But they often said we were exiles of some kind. Exiled royalty from a secret lineage. Or we were exiled from the mouth of some great leviathan. When they were older, they just said, "We're from here. We're from right now." I loved the way the ship would tilt and roll with the waves, especially as I fell asleep. It was picture me as a kid in bed, feeling the swaying of the ship. It was like being rocked to sleep as a baby. I loved exploring the ship too, wandering through the suites, the swimming pool, the game rooms, and there were 2 dance halls. A large, elegant one and another one. A lot of my firsts were down there. My first dance, my first kiss, and so forth. Our ship was taken over in the early days of the war. That was the end of the watery republics. I heard the dance hall in the basement became a weapons cache. Took me half my life to say goodbye to the world I knew in my youth. Imagine me and my parents and everyone I knew being escorted off the ship by a company of soldiers. And I'm thinking, I hope they don't make a mess of my room. I was embarrassed by the younger kids who were crying their eyes out, but they knew, I guess. Yes, the start of the war was a turning of seasons. And we had been warned the season was going to end. Oh, but we didn't understand the warning. You see, one night, a light shimmering above the water. Later, we found out this was an ancient warning system. It hadn't been used in so long. We didn't know what it meant. We just thought, well, ain't that pretty? We tried to stick together and camped out on the coast of the prismatic grounds.
Caraca, não. É meio longo, né?
I saw the meaning of things shifting. It disturbed her greatly. He saw war as a process of turning life, resources, energy, the potential energy in every human soul, turning human eyes and hands that could paint a landscape, into a field of ashes. Are you sure you want me to keep going? The story gets darker from here on. That was plenty. I want you to have a safe and beautiful trip. Never feel alone. We'll all be here thinking of you.
Thank you. E a bike mudou de cor? O escolhido da bike é amarela. Ah, é. Acho que é a luz da lua. Ou essa ceninha ali é o azul.
I imagine coming upon a place as hidden and singular as my own village. Eventually, I found myself circling a valley, looking for a way in. This valley is asking people for a visit. I should oblige it.
Vamos descer aqui pra gente encerrar esse início.
We never used this kind of technology in my village. Nobody trusted it.
Bonito, né? Provavelmente dava pra gravar água ali, mas já gravei muita água, né? Pra lá.
I've heard sounds that can heal the mind. It feels like this noise would do the opposite.
Deixa eu ver.
Oh. The valley. 1 second.
What will happen when we do as instructed and gather around this fake person?
Is that a strotophob? What are they called? What is it? I love old gear like that. It's getting more and more rare. I had a camera, but it broke. Not that interesting of a story, I guess. What are you doing here? The whole thing, huh? You're young. You got time. What kind of stuff are you recording? That's the way to do it, if you ask me. If anyone asked me, I mean. The valley would be a good place to use those tools. Too bad it's closed down. Let me finish up here, huh?
Vixe.
The elders said that people were exhausted by symbols after the war. But here are a few hanging. Must be a car, but it looks weird. I haven't seen one like this in my books.
This was like a second home for a while. That was fun earlier when you showed up. And I was carrying the cardboard man. You were like, who are these guys? I've been pretty bored here. You know, the valley's going to be flooded soon. That's why nobody can go in there. The dam is falling apart. Couple of days from now. Day 0, we call it. Greyhounds.
Os mãos
We're a
seguidentes.
community organization. We do all kinds of fun stuff. Health clinics, mine sweeping, daycare, evacuations, weddings. We're new. We'll do anything to make the future better than the present. No big deal. We're trying to get new things going. But it's hard. The past really has a tight grip on people. Doesn't feel like a fair fight. So we're trying to... well... anyway. It's funny. I stood guard here for a week, and I've only seen greyhounds like myself and valley people on their way. But now I see you, and you're like a... new element or something. I've never met anyone doing what you're doing. And we greyhounds gotta support new things. So... I'm not supposed to let anyone in. How can I? Jeez. I think you should go down into the valley and take a look. Gotta try something here. Dang it. I was trying to wink. Well, you get the idea. Go on and put that old gear to use. You can take my map of the valley, too. I don't need it anymore. I'll be down to pick everyone up around midnight. See you then.
I met a greyhound. He let me into the valley.
Putz, eu não tirei foto dele.
I think he wanted me to record what the greyhounds were up to, and he gave me a map. The assembly point seemed like a good place to start. I wonder what he expects me to discover in the valley.
Aqui achei a foto dele.
seems like I'll have to wait for night to enter the shrine. I'll think about what kind of visitor I want to be.
Deixou por todo o vale de lá dos três deuses conscientes.
I'm not the first to do this, just the first in a long time.
Não tá fazendo tanto barulho aqui.
The elder didn't think I'd see any flags. This could be a sign that the season is changing.
Oh, droga.
The elder warned me about valleys. She said they were dangerous.
Eita.
I feel a dulcet tension in the air.
Também.
I enter to see the moment between seasons.
Tá bom, né? Bom, o mapa. Bacana aí. Mas galera, é isso aí, mano. Foi aqui o início aqui do jogo. Bem bacana, bem diferentão. Curti bastante. Vou tentar levar aqui em live ou trazer aqui no canal. Comenta aí se quem conseguiu assistir tudo. Eu sei que fica meio pesado. Mas comenta aí se você curtiu. Joga nos comentários se quer ver a continuação da história por aqui no canal. Ou lá na Twitch. Segue lá, que é DAUDTJOGANDO. Na Twitch e na Roxa. No Instagram também, que tô postando sempre coisas das minhas coleções de games, retro games. E é isso aí. Obrigado. Que foi mais um quarta dia de indie no canal. Bem interessante, tá bem bacana conhecer essa pegada aqui dos jogos. É bem diferentão, mano. É gostoso. Então é isso aí. Curta. Estamos aqui com a Fitz. Bora continuar a nossa aventura. Valeu, obrigado. Até o próximo vídeo.